Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Janique, and this is A Touch of Janique. And I'm here today with
Deandra.
Deandra attends Holland College. I'm gonna ask her some questions about her experience here, and also things that you guys wanted me to ask her. First thing, tell us a little about yourself.
Yeah, I'm from Barbados. I'm studying architectural technology at Holland. I am now going into my second year of the program. Yeah.
How long have you been here?
I only came to Canada last September, I think. Yeah,
Last September. So almost a year.
Yeah,
She's been here in PA almost a year. So Deandra, why did you choose Holland College?
For me personally, I chose Holland because, well, one, it was the most affordable for the particular program I wanted to do.
Yeah.
It also, most colleges for my particular program with the certification I'll get at the end, you have to do a 3-year course. While at Holland, you can do it in 2 years, which is great, so you get to save money.
Yeah.
And they also offer degree pathways. So after you've successfully completed your program, you can go on to do your bachelor's at a select few university. I think I have, for my program, I have like 2 or 3 options.
Yeah.
And you only have to do like a year or 2 to get a bachelor's degree instead of having to do a full 4-year program at the university level cost, you know? So yeah, that's pretty good.
How did you find the application process to Holland College?
I found the application process to be pretty easy and straightforward for the most part. I found any questions I had, I got quick responses. And also they didn't require me to send an actual physical transcript like some universities. Like I had to do that for I think 1 or 2 of my other applications, which, as you know, there's a cost to it.
It's very expensive.
And is a whole thing with running around and trying to get things posted and stuff like that. So yeah, I like that you can just upload a copy of your official transcript. So yeah, the application process was pretty easy.
So the scanned copy, it has to be the official one.
I'm trying to remember if I sent just the official or if it was a certified copy. I'm trying to remember. I think it was the official because it had the seal.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And how long did you take to get accepted?
It was pretty quick, honestly, because I applied pretty early. I applied in January, and I think they do like 2 acceptance batches. They send out acceptance. So I think I heard back from like March or something. March. Yeah, I think I heard in March.
So applied January, heard back March.
Yeah, so I had like a pretty early acceptance to try to, get my visa and everything sorted, which I like. So yeah, I would advise to apply as early as you can.
Yeah. Don't wait until the last minute, guys.
Stress.
Apply ASAP.
Yeah.
What are some of the benefits of attending Holland College as an international student that you find?
I do feel as though most of the instructors and the staff, even with admissions and so on and so forth, they're very helpful, very kind. I do feel like if most of them want to actually see you succeed, they are you can do a payment plan too with paying your tuition and stuff like that. That is something that is offered.
Someone asked me that. I told them I didn't think that was an option, but that's interesting.
I'm not quite sure how it's done because I don't use that personally, but I know that is something I think they sent to if you need time you can pay in installments. For tuition, I do think you can do that.
I did see something on the website, it was just 2 installments though, so I'm not sure if that's
okay, so you don't have to pay for your full year. I prefer to do if you can afford that, it just makes sense because then you don't have to worry about it. But you can pay like for your first semester and then your second semester. But even within like paying for the first semester, I think you can do multiple payments, multiple installments instead of having to pay like a bulk set. They usually do say, you know, there's like a deadline or whatever, but I think if you approach them and like explain the situation, to my understanding, there is an option to pay in installations within the semester. I think there probably is a deadline where you have to have everything paid by. I could be wrong. Again, admissions and stuff like that, they usually get back to you pretty quickly if you have any questions. So it's something you can reach out to them about. But I think there is an option to pay in installments.
You hear that? If you don't have all the money, you can still apply. Allegedly, or do your own research. Don't
yes, you know it, Wendy. Allegedly, don't do that. Don't do that.
No,
because you still need to show it for your visa. Right. You still need to be able to show that you can afford it. So.
But it's good to have that option, especially if you're going to your second year. You don't have to find the whole bulk of it.
Yeah.
Just, especially if you're funding it yourself. You know. When you got accepted, how much, or did you pay a tuition deposit, and how much was it?
I did pay a deposit. I think it was 500. 500? Yeah, I don't think it was too much. Yeah, but yes, I think it was 500. I know it was something reasonable because there was another school I was accepted to, and their deposit was out of pocket.
It was deposited.
It was pretty much the entire year. It was like, excuse me?
Imagine.
Confused, baffled.
Imagine. Oh my God. I know you've previously lived on campus and you've lived off campus also. What is living on campus like?
It's okay, honestly. There's convenience to it for sure, especially during winter. Just having to walk across the like courtyard to your class is a plus for sure. Yeah, it's okay. I feel like if on campus living here wasn't bad at all. I liked it for the most part. There are certain restrictions, obviously, with like having people over and stuff like that. I don't think it's anything unreasonable. But yeah, there is that compared to like living off campus where you have I would say a bit more freedom.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, and then with off-campus living, you pay monthly. You know, you pay your rent monthly.
On campus?
No, off campus. Oh, okay. So like, if you don't have all the money up front, like you know, you pay monthly, so you can work and you can try to get that money. Well, with on-campus living, like you usually have to pay like first semester or second semester. Although I think they do have an option for installments with that too, maybe. But yes, you usually do pay by semester. Yeah. So it's usually like bulk payments. So if you don't have all that money up front, I'm not sure how that's gonna work out.
And in PA, we know we're in a housing crisis, a very bad housing crisis. Do you find the cost of living on campus versus off campus to be that much of a difference?
On campus was more expensive. Like when I calculated, I was definitely paying more money to stay on campus. But I guess you have to weigh your pros and cons because when you're off campus, depends on how far off you are. You still have to pay for commuting. Yes, true. But to be fair, our student passes are pretty cheap here. It's like $10 something. So I guess you're kind of weighing convenience. And then a negative with on campus living is most of the time like you have to leave during summer and winter. Yeah. So like you then have to look for housing during like the winter break and summer break, which is stressful because we know how it is looking for housing here. So although you were paying a decent set of money, that doesn't include summer and winter. So when you really break it down, like for the amount of months you actually stay on campus, you end up paying like more than what I say most people pay for off-campus living.
Meal plans. I know at UPI when the residents some you have to get a meal plan, while some you have the choice. I think it's only one you have a choice whether you want the meal plan or not. And I know meal plans can be expensive. What about here?
There's no meal plan.
There's no meal plan?
No. You cook. There's a kitchen. Like, I think with those ones that have a meal plan at UPA, you don't have a kitchen.
No, you don't have a kitchen.
Right. So we have a kitchen. And all the dorms have kitchens. So, like, you just cook. There's no meal plan option here.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay. What would you say is the first thing to do when you arrive on campus?
The first thing I did, when I got here like a few days or like a week before school like officially started. One of the first things to probably do is to get your hall pass. So with your hall pass, it allows you to get into the building like after hours, because usually during school hours that you can just pull and come in. You can also upload money on there to like use like printing services and stuff like that. The library, paying for food at the cafeteria or the cast market. And yeah, so one of the first things to do would be to probably get your hall pass. And then, yeah, I think that's probably first. I would get your hall pass.
First thing, get your hall pass. We touched on this earlier, but at UPA you can use your ID for the bus. But here you cannot use your hall pass for the bus, so you have to buy a bus pass. Just putting out there. You have to buy a bus pass, but it's just $10 a month.
$10.50, yeah.
$10.50?
Yeah. If you do it on your phone, it's like $12 or something. But I usually just go to the
Shoppers?
The bookstore. They're sold on campus. You can buy them on campus, the student pass.
Okay, so you can get your student bus pass on campus. Don't go and tell them you want, if you're not buying it on here, if you go Shoppers, for example, don't go say you want a bus pass. Say you want a student bus pass.
Yeah, because the price is different.
Okay. It's reasonable because it's $10. I went to Halifax and I took the bus with my friend and I looked at her bus pass and it was like $80 for the month.
Yes, girl. The ghetto. P. It's a breakfast. It's a breakfast party. It's a breakfast party.
Do you have any advice of finding accommodation? And does Holland College help with finding accommodations?
In terms of accommodation, start as soon as possible because it is hard.
How soon would you say from the apply?
Like from the time you apply, even if you haven't received acceptances yet. In fact, that's a little iffy because some people they don't usually post housing that's available for like this time frame so early up. But I would say start looking in terms of like which areas you would be willing to live in terms of commute and get an idea of what the price ranges are for particular areas. If you can afford on campus and that's something you want to do, again, apply when you apply for school. Don't wait until you get acceptance, because that's what I did. And initially I didn't get in to on campus housing. I was waitlisted. And the waitlist was like long. So then I was looking for all campus. When I got here, I actually didn't know where I was going to live. I was staying in a hotel for like a week or so because sis didn't have housing. It was just really hard, especially if you're not here. Like, yes, you apply to ads and you get into contact with people, but a lot of the time I feel like if they are more willing to give to people who are here, which is understandable, you know, because people come actually view the place and stuff like that instead of them having to try to set up like video interview calls and stuff like with you. So start as soon as you can. Have a decent budget for housing because rent over here is
expensive. The ghetto.
Outlandish. Like the amount of money you pay for a room here, you can rent a house back home.
Yeah, that's true.
Not even kidding. It's ridiculous. So have a decent budget with that. And does the school help you out? Like when I was having difficulty, I did reach out to the school and they did send me a few other options, like some of the inns and stuff like that I could check out. How I got onto campus is, well, when I got here is when I reached out to them and I was like, I'm here and I still don't have some place. and some people couldn't get to come. I don't know if they had visa problems or if they changed their mind on it too. So that a room became available, and that's how I got on campus. And that was like what, 2 or 3 days before the dorms opened that I got on campus. So yeah, I would say the school can help out a bit in terms of giving suggestions, but that's pretty much as far as it goes. So you really do have to do the work yourself.
Which is understandable because there's not a lot of options for them to say, oh,
to give
this
you
is
either
where,
exactly
go here, go there. They don't have the option.
Oh, the thing you gave me with, so you could have the international number, the Canadian number.
Oh, text now.
Yes, that's good too, because it was so hard, like, because you know, on a lot of the postings on like Kijiji and Facebook, like Marketplace and stuff, they will leave a number for you to get into contact with them. But if you don't have a Canadian number, like, you're either going to incur a lot of roaming charges, or I find sometimes they don't even, because I tried messaging a few people and they didn't even respond, I guess, because it was a foreign number. So yes, if you can have a Canadian number to actually correspond with people, it does help.
Yeah, so
they get more responses with that.
Download text now and get a local number to message people, reach out to people. Are there scholarships here for international students at Holland?
Yes, there are some scholarships and grants. Usually when you apply, they do send you like the link and stuff like that of like the grants and scholarships that you can apply for. So I don't think, I'm not aware of any like full scholarships, like paying your entire tuition or anything like that. But there are some where you could get a few thousand and stuff like that. So yeah, there are some. Some of them might just be like what I would consider like a grant or bursary back home, where it's like 500 or whatever. Some are like 1,000 or maybe 1,500 or stuff like that. Yeah. So yeah, I haven't seen anything where it's like full scholarships, like all of your tuition is covered, but you can get a reduction. Some that would obviously help in reducing your tuition, which is always great. Any money you can save is great. So yeah.
And what is the campus life like here in Holland? I know in UPI there's quite a few parties. There's a couple events during September because we have new student orientation. Do you guys have something similar here?
Like the first week of the orientation week, there are a few things like I mentioned to you where there's like a pizza day. Like for my year we had like a pizza day where they gave you free pizza for lunch and stuff. Then there's like a coffee day. There was a day where it was like you only had classes like half day, and then there was like activities out on the lawn. There was music and stuff like that. So like the first week there are activities throughout the semester. I think there are a few things. Sometimes like the theater programs have like shows or like music shows and stuff like that. So there are a few programs. I mean, I don't think there is as much as a campus life maybe as UPI has. It's also what you make of it too. Yeah. Like if you have a lot of friends here, it might be a better experience. Like I know like what, a handful of people, literally I could count the amount of people I know at school on my hand pretty much. So I didn't have that much of a campus life here, but it was okay.
About friends, did you find it easy to like make friends here at Holland, or like your classmates? Did you find it easy to interact with them and stuff like that?
I mean, yeah, it's pretty easy to interact with like your classmates. My class is kind of small. I have a small class, so that kind of makes it easier. I'm not sure like how big the class sizes are for other programs. In terms of outside of my class, if I'm being honest, I don't really know. Other than like my roommate, yeah. But that's just me. That's my personality. I'm not like a out there person. You know this. I don't really talk to people. Yeah. Like you have to talk to me first, and even then, it's up in the air.
She knows a lot of people, guys. She's popular. I remember we were having a conversation a few months ago, and you were saying I guess it's your program, but you got like first aid certificates and stuff like that.
Oh, that's part of the like studying here. Like, so I don't know what to call it, an elective,
Maybe, yeah.
because you don't choose it.
Oh,
It's just no. It's like so like yes, you do your program and you obviously you have those courses, but each semester there's like a course like outside of your program that you have to do. So I think the first year it was like workplace hazards or something like that, and then like second year we had to do a first aid certification. Next year I'm not quite sure what the programs will be that we have to do. So, but yeah, it's kind of like it's not like your core subject, but it's something you have to do, and that you have to do them in order to graduate. You have to get the certifications for them, and I feel like if they're pretty helpful, things like the first aid and then the workplace one, it kind of like gives you knowledge about your rights and stuff like that. Working in Canada in a Canadian workplace, so what the employer, like what they have to do, what you can do, stuff like that. So they're kind of helpful.
someone asked me documents needed for someone from Ghana. She can't specify that because she's not from Ghana,
Yeah, I'm
but
not
she
sure.
used her transcript. The transcript you used, is it from a college or high school?
I think I sent both. Yeah, with Holland, you don't have to send the official. They didn't ask me for it, so I have to worry about that.
Okay, same for me at UPA, but I always tell people, check with them because what might work for me might not work for you.
Yeah, catlet and doglet.
Exactly. And it's different times too. Like you applied last year, this is a new year, so probably now they
may have different requirements. And I did still bring official transcripts because I know I think our school was telling me like you can upload, but then you may have to show your official transcript at some point. So I think like when I came here, I think I brought my official transcripts in case they were like, okay, yes, we need to see the physical thing.
Do you find that Holland College is diverse as a minority?
I mean, yeah, I think so.
And you find you fit right in it? No weird feeling?
I don't know about fitting. I guess so. Like, I don't really feel weird per se. I feel like if it is diverse, I feel like there are a lot of people from all over the world here. Currently, I'm the only person from my country on campus.
Yeah, there's not a lot of Asians here, it seems.
In PA in general, like they don't seem to be a lot of us here. There are other Caribbean people though.
Mostly Bahamians.
Yeah, a lot.
There's a lot of Bahamians here.
So there's that. So yeah, I didn't feel any type of way, to be honest. I do feel it as though like there's pretty much there are a lot of different groups. So if you come, you'll probably find some group to fit into. They try to be very inclusive.
Whenever I ask people, they're always saying the teachers here help when it's like to get a job after school. I mean, you're not done yet, but instructors push them or give them that push into a job.
I have heard that that some of them do. Yeah, they do try to help you, like do recommendations and as you said, try to push you into the right direction. I genuinely feel as though most instructors here do want you to succeed and do want to see that for you.
People always ask me this about getting a job while in school, and I always tell them like how hard it is and stuff, and I'm like, everybody's experience is different. So because when I moved here, I got a job within days of moving here, but I know like some people take a while to get a job. So I was telling them, it depends. I can't say it's easy, I can't say it's hard, because some people find it easy, some people find it hard. So what was your experience?
It was a little hard for me because I didn't get a job until like this year.
Yeah, honestly. You've been here since September.
Yeah, so I took a few months before I got a job. Initially, it was me waiting because I was like, okay, I want to get into like a routine. I want to see what my like workload is like for school and stuff like that. Then I kind of just got lazy and I was like, do I want to work? But I was like, I need money. And I kind of waited till winter. So I would recommend, if you're going to look for a job, do that. Like pretty much. I say you can give it probably like September, maybe even October-ish. No, maybe September. Like, give your self some time to get accustomed to your routine and stuff like that. But I find around that time frame is when people are hiring. When you get into like winter, the dead of winter and stuff like that, business hours are reduced.
Yes.
They don't usually need as much staff and stuff like that. So people who are working, their hours tend to sometimes be cut back. So if they're already cutting back hours, they're not going to be hiring.
That's true.
And that was my problem. So then I had to wait until we came out of winter because I was sending out applications. I sent out so much applications, but a lot of people were just like, we're not hiring right now because I actually went to places too because I was using Indeed a lot, and I think that's actually how I got my job. No, but yeah, I went to a few places, but a lot of people are just saying we're not hiring until spring. We're not hiring until spring. So then when spring came, that's when I got a job. So it's either you're probably going to have to do it like in summer or fall, I think that's called. Fall. And like summer, fall, because when winter time comes around, it is a bit harder to find a job. So it's either do it in fall or probably might have to wait till spring, or you might luck out. Everybody's different, but during like spring and stuff like that and fall, it is okay in getting a job. I don't think it's too hard, especially with like the clothing stores and stuff like that. I feel like the fast food places, they tend to be hiring. So during those time periods, it isn't too difficult, but during winter,
I do recommend getting into your routine because I always regretted starting working immediately. To getting a job is dependent on a lot of factors. I found it easy, I guess. When I did move from my first job to my second job, I did apply to a few places before I could get something, but then I got something, and then it just depends. We officially done with this video.
Because we said that.
We said that already, and we come back. I hope I answered the questions you guys have. I hope this clarified a few things about Holland College, because I get this question so many times about Holland College, and I'm just like, I don't know.
Yes, I hope it clarified a little bit of something.
Yes, and if you do have more questions, drop them in the comments below.
Feel free to ask.
Yeah, and I'll get them answered for you. And one last thing, would you recommend Holland College?
I would.
What?
I've been having a good experience so far, and I hope it continues. The experience I've been having continues. It's been a positive experience so far. Yeah, so I would recommend Holland.
There we go. She recommends Holland College. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. And please share the video so other people can watch it, because I don't know what's going on with the views. The views are not viewing. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. And see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
One thing we can do is this. One thing.